Yo dudes, so new day. I've got plenty to do today as always, and I really need to do two things. I need to understand what I've got to do, not only today but over the next few days, and I need to do a bit of a brief clean of this room because oh god, it's so bad. I mean, well, actually, that's not bad. But I mean, it's a little bit bad, but it's not really bad. But the rest of it is bad. Oh my god. So I need to do that, and I really need to get some structure with like understanding the next few days how I'm going to fit things in, because I've got a busy day today, which will take me away from like assignment work and stuff. I've got a couple of things on tomorrow as well, which means I have to kind of coordinate myself around that. I've got loads of other little bits and bobs like odds and jobs to do, odds and sods to do, odds and jobs. That was weird. Odds and sods to do that don't relate to my assignments. So I'm like, I need to get back to doing those assignments, to proofreading them, but God knows where I'm getting the time. So I've got to have a bit of an organizer in my mind today of what's going on. So we'll do that. But yeah, for now, I'll get up and we'll get on with the day. So I'm testing out the selfie stick I got the other day. By the way, I don't know if I said, but it's Thursday today. So first vlog was Sunday, second vlog was Tuesday, today's Thursday. I will tell you about the poetry reading in a second because that was last night. But yeah, as I say, it's looking a bit better in here. I really like this selfie stick actually, it's really nice. I'm glad I got this and not actually like a smaller tripod or anything. Lovely and sunny again today. It's been like that for a few days actually. So yeah, I'm glad I've got a bit of a tidy up. And now I really need to write a bit of a to-do list and see what I've got going on today and what I need to be planning for the next couple of days with readings from my other lectures and assignments and stuff like that. And then maybe we can get a bit more understanding. So it's about 8:30. I have a French lesson in about half an hour, but I thought I would just do a very quick segment telling you about, I totally forgot my thought then, telling you about the poetry reading and also a little bit about the things, I've now done a to-do list and stuff, so I kind of have a bit more insight into what I'm doing and where I need to go, although I still have a few things on today and tomorrow that I need to fit around. It's just that time where it's a bit clunky, you've got things to do, but you've got other stuff, other commitments, and you just have to juggle things. It's like well, to be honest, it's like that all the time. I don't know why I'm saying this like it's something new. It's like that practically every week. But anyway, so this was the anthology. We got it printed up, Echo, Echo, Echo. And it includes various different poems from different people on the creative writing masters, and also one person on the PhD, and I think one former student as well. So it's got like loads of different people's poetry in here. For example, as you can see, let me just, there you go. So yeah, it was quite an interesting project to do. I mean, I've done books and stuff myself before, so the layout thing wasn't new to me or anything. I was reasonably okay with that, and we all did it as a group effort, so it wasn't just me doing it, which was a big help because obviously, if you're just doing something like this yourself, it can be quite an undertaking, like the editing, the compiling, getting people to submit, all that sort of stuff, and making sure the layout's good, it all fits on the page nicely. It's a lot harder than you may think to get a book just sort of the way you want it and all the layout and all that sort of sorted. So yeah, I read out one of my poems from in here, and I did my little introduction and stuff. I had to whip up a very brief introduction on Word yesterday afternoon, and to be honest, it wasn't the best, but I got through it. It was all right, and then we did our readings. Everyone did absolutely brilliantly at the readings. really confident. Some of them, it was the first time speaking, and they were really on it. And in the end, it was a really good evening. So, and we had some nice conversations beforehand and afterwards, because we did a little sort of run through beforehand, and we had a drink afterwards and stuff like that. So, yeah, it was nice, and it was nice to see a few different people, meet a couple of new different people as well. And maybe, I don't know, I was saying, I was like, oh God, it's really nervous and all that sort of stuff. It's a nervous experience. And I mean, I was nervous and stuff, but maybe I was just overamping it a little bit in my mind. And it wasn't quite as bad as I thought, oh God, But yeah, so that was that. So that's that. So I've got that now. That's my copy. And it's really cool that it's done. So that was nice. And in terms of what I've got to do, I'll weave through a couple of bits and bobs of what I need to do. So I need to proof those assignments, all 3 of them actually, because I need to do the changes to a few of them. I found out in the lecture the other day that I need to do some changes to my prose pieces, some formatting changes. I need to unify the prose pieces with my reflective essay, which they're related to. I need to do the same for the poetry, but that's easy jobs anyway. And then I need to do my contemporary reading, which I've got here, which I need to remember. This is every week we get like new reading. So this is the reading for next week from the contemporary literature module. So I've got to make sure I do that over the next few days, and I'll have to fit that in around whatever else I'm doing. And I need to find what the reading is for the prose module, and that'll be online. That won't be printed off. Apparently, though, according to the other students, it's really hard. So that's great, but anyway, it is what it is. Yeah, I will update you in a little bit. As I say, I've got French in a little bit, and then I've got a society thing and counselling and another society thing later on. So plenty to do today, and then working around that and doing bits and bobs. So I'll catch you in the next segment. So we are getting somewhere. It is 1:30. I've just been to my society thing. I've got counselling in 25 minutes or so, and in between, like for little pockets of time, I've been working on proofreading that first assignment that I was originally working on, I believe on the Sunday, and that was the first one I was working on, and now I've had to change some stuff with it. The changes are practically done in terms of the things within the text that I needed to change and needed to sort of reword, but I still need to do other stuff with it. So it's like, these are the things with assignments, is you feel like you're done, you're there, everything's fine, and then something else comes up and oh no, I've not done that right, or that needs changing, or that need, so whether it's the references, whether it's some other stuff in the text, whether it's part of the portfolio, whatever it is. But I've done some things. I've got a couple of things ticked off my to-do list. I think maybe today or maybe tomorrow actually, I'll do some of that reading and some of the reading for the other module, just so then I can be working on that and getting that ticked off. But as you can imagine, like it's soon, the next week soon comes around, and then you've got to be discussing those things in the lectures again. So you have to think, oh right, yeah, I've got to make sure I do that reading. It can easily be left. It can easily be something that's just pushed to the side and forgotten about, and then turn up to your lecture, oh my god, lucky it's not happened for me yet, but could easily happen. You turn up to, oh god, I forgot about that bit of week. Oh no, it has happened to me. It has happened to me once before in the middle of the semester. So there we go. Yeah, so that's a bit of a bugger, but yeah, so I'm just making sure all these little things are getting are remaining conscious in my mind, and I can sort them out. But yeah, so it's going to be the counselling next, and then I'm going to get on with some work. Might go for a bit of a walk as well, and then it's another society thing later on in the evening. So I won't be doing my evening stuff tonight. I'll just be going to that society, and then I've got a meeting for that society on the Monday, and then on Friday, tomorrow, I've got a meeting with my potential supervisor, not for a PhD, for my master's dissertation. So yeah, it's all go. It's things are moving. We're getting somewhere at least. By the end of the weekend, we'll be somewhere with these assignments. So it's getting going. So for the last hour and a half or so, I have been doing sort of sorting out changes to that first assignment. It's proving more difficult than I realised. Now, I know that I've been sort of talking a lot about this assignment, and you might not know where I'm at with it or what I'm sort of talking about, because I said that I think I had said that I'd done some changes to it, and therefore now I'm saying like, oh, there's these changes and all the rest of it. Basically, the assignment is split into two. One half is the creative fiction part, so the short stories, and the other part is the reflection on the short stories. So what I'm having trouble with is the changes with the sort of don't know how you would really describe them. The grammatical conventions, I suppose, with how you lay out, or the conventions to do with layout with regards to the fiction. I've done the changes for the reflection part of it, but it's these changes that are proving to be a bit more difficult. So I've got to go through and make sure that when I'm using dialogue, I've got commas in the right places, I've indented in the right places and stuff. And you can imagine it's a lot of, there's about 12 different conventions that are quite specific that you need to follow, or that it's advised to follow, unless you're going to state in your critical commentary why you haven't followed them, etc. Obviously, creativity is a dynamic thing, so it's perfectly fine not to follow the conventions. But I've not got any space in my critical commentary to state why I wouldn't be following them, so I'm just going to follow them anyways. It's very annoying, I will say it's very annoying, but we're getting there, It'll soon be practically sorted. But I mean, this is just one. I mean, I said a few days ago that by this time, by Tuesday, Wednesday time, I would have been getting on with that proofread of that 4,000 one. That's the big one. And it's now Thursday, coming on to Friday, and I've not even started that one yet. So it's a bit, it's a bit crazy. I've got loads of other bits and bobs to do. So way more than even I've said on these vlogs, which I know it's hard to believe, but yeah, there's so much more. So well, we just have to keep going. We have to keep pushing forward, and do what I can around these things that I've got. I've got a lecture tomorrow as well, and as I say, that meeting, so I've got to work around those. But when we get to the weekend, we'll be clear, and we'll just head down and get on with some of this proofreading. But yeah, I'm going to have tea now anyway. So I've just had tea, and I will soon be getting ready for my society thing this evening. I've kind of mucked up the times a little bit on this vlog. I think in the last section I said it's an hour and a half later, but I think the previous section in the vlog to that was at like 1:30. It wasn't an hour and a half later in just the section you just saw. It was about 3.5 hours later or something, and we're now coming up to 6 o'clock, and my society thing is 6:30. So that's where we're at anyway. It's because I just don't know how to do the vlogging, and to be honest, it's been very sort of sporadic, and me just randomly doing a segment here and there when I'm either in between, I'm here between things that I'm doing, and or I'm frantically typing, and then I think, right, I've got a bit of time to do a segment now before I go off. So maybe in a couple of weeks, when things are a bit calmer, when my assignments are in and stuff like that, when I've got less things to do, I can maybe work on a bit more structure to the vlogs, but I don't know what people like, whether people just like this kind of very, very casual style, or whether they want it like more structured and stuff. I am thinking maybe do, when I've got a bit more time, maybe do a few more clips. So more clips, perhaps more frequently, but slightly shorter clips rather than like the 4-minute sort of updating you type clips. But we'll see. I'll probably do a range of different styles, and we'll just work with all the variety of things that come up. So yeah, so I'm going to get ready for that writer's guild. I'm going to do the YouTube comments now. I'm going to reply to those because I had a few from my last vlog. So I'm looking forward to doing that. And yeah, and then it'll be relaxing down again. I go to bed pretty early. I go to bed about 10:15. So get a shower, relax down, have a bit of a chill. Probably not edit this vlog tonight. I'll probably do that tomorrow. And then sleep, back up again, boom, on it. So that's what we're doing. We keep boom on it, keep going, keep going, keep going. And we will get to the finish line with regards to particularly these assignments. So yeah, I'll perhaps see you for one more clip just to round off the vlog. I forgot I was meant to do a segment for a vlog. I have just got, well, I say just got back. I got back a little while ago from my society thing. So I'm literally just going to chill now. And as I say, go for it tomorrow. I've got that meeting. I actually need to write down, that was the thing I needed to do actually. I need to write down some questions for that so I know where I'm at. And hopefully that will go smoothly and I'll know what I'm doing properly for my dissertation then, and get a bit more clear direction with that. And then as soon as these assignments are in, it'll be working on that dissertation basically. So yeah, exciting times, still all go. And oh, low battery, still all go, and we'll see what another day brings. I will probably do a vlog maybe on Saturday or Sunday, so another few days time. I might kind of do these like once every 2 days. Once every 2 days seems quite a nice rhythm because it gives me a nice break in between. It's enough time to sort of edit them, all that sort of stuff, and then upload them. And you know, I think every day is kind of unnecessary. And it would get a bit boring and stuff, so it's yeah, it's a good amount of time, I think, that. But anyway, I will, oh, you know what I'll do actually, at the end of this vlog, I got a little bit of footage yesterday, before my lecture started actually, of the lecture room that we're in. So what I might do is just add that to the end of this vlog, if I remember, because, you know, it's whether I remember, but if I'm editing this, I should remember, actually, so that's cool. But yeah, I'll stick that on the end, and you can see what sort of one of our typical lecture rooms look like, obviously at the master's level. So yeah, I will see you very soon.